Passage number 19. Ready? Comments. Sir, after this long, useful and constructive debate of 20 hours, I must express my gratefulness to those members who have participated in this debate. The debate has disclosed two types of arguments. One is the line of argument based on the examination of economic policies and objectives. The second category of argument is based purely on party lines and thus negative in its approach. I mainly propose to deal with the first category of argument, which went into the examination of some economic policies and objectives which are really important. In my budget speech, I have clearly stated that I have not been able to achieve all the objectives that I have set before me. I have not made any claim in my budget speech, but at the same time, if the honorable members would take pains to read my speech, they will see for themselves that I have categorically stated the objectives and the directions in which we went to go. From the debate, I was able to find that there was some amount of agreement in regard to the basic approach to the economic policies. I know that there is criticism about taxation. If you go into the individual or particular levies, there can be views for and against. But if we generally look at the problems that we have to face and tackle in this country, it will ultimately be found that there is no other alternative. As far as I am concerned, I can say that I have consciously gone through each and every item and tried to analyze its effect. Unfortunately, as the tax structure stands today, the indirect tax is our major source of income. Naturally, therefore, it has to cover a large number of items. However, while selecting these items, I have taken great care to see that the lower strata, the lower income group, the poor man is not touched as much as possible. I think it is agreed on all sides that we have to accelerate at the same time that we must ensure that the benefits reach primarily the underprivileged and unemployed. These are the general principles which were very lucidly expounded by one of the members this morning. As far as those good principles are concerned, I think there is no doubt that these are the lines on which we have ultimately to examine ourselves and also test ourselves with regard to our performance. Sir, it is no doubt true that our social and economic objectives cannot be achieved by the budgetary process alone. I quite agree that the budget is a powerful instrument in this respect. I have tried to make use of it as much as possible. In case you want to do it with a single budget, possibly you have to wait for a series of budgets for the achievements of all our objectives. I must say that the members are entitled to ask whether the budget proposals will take the economy in the right direction or not. It is certainly legitimate for me that I should answer 2 points, namely whether the budget will promote growth and whether at the same time it will promote the objective of social justice. I would now confine my remarks to these two criteria. The way in which a budget can promote growth is by providing for substantial increase in developmental outlays. Nothing would be easier for a finance minister to present a budget without taxes, but what about the huge expenditure to be incurred for the number of plans envisaged in the various sectors for the welfare of the masses of this country? Are we not to execute those plans and bring happiness to the people whose representatives we are? I think the honorable members will readily agree that those plans have to be implemented as quickly as possible and the necessary expenditure will have to be incurred for the purpose. For this specific purpose, it is imperative on the part of any government to find the financial resources. I would now like to refer to the other criticism raised by some honorable members. Some of them have observed that there was no incentive for savings. Well, I have read and heard this argument for decades. It was the usual argument advanced against the government from time to time. The government are doing whatever is possible to mop up the savings from all categories. In this, the valuable cooperation of all sections of people is not forthcoming. I would say not readily forthcoming to the extent we needed. So, there is no use of blaming the government in season and out of season on this matter. Coming to prices of essential articles, we have discussed this subject many times. Even during the question hour, this problem has been raised and the government have given their replies to the many supplementary questions put by the members. We have explained at length the various reasons for this price rise and the steps that we have been taking in the past to arrest it. Stop.